at Hadrian's Villa. Bernard Frischer at Hadrian's Villa, December 18th, 2011, with Marina De Franceschini, a great expert on Hadrian's Villa, who will briefly tell us about the role of religion and religious architecture at the villa.
Because religion was part of the iconography of the emperor, and for example about the temple with the Venus that was found over there, we know that there is a connection with the royal house, or you say the royal house, between Venus, who was the goddess of the emperor's family. And also, what is important, that there is this link between Hadrian and Augustus, because Hadrian was inspired by the first emperor and tried to restore the greatness of the empire, and to be also for him a primus inter pares, because he was not boasting the things that he was doing. For example, when he restored the Pantheon, he didn't put his own name on the building. So, and he tried to restore peace, as Augustus had done centuries before, because he ended the wars and he started this program of building all over the empire. So it was very important. And also was important his religious function, because we know from ancient sources that he was restoring ancient cults, going back to tradition, because this was a way of reassessing the real essence of the Roman Empire.
Are there other religious structures here, other sanctuary areas?
I really don't know.
The so-called mausoleum now is thought to be...
The mausoleum was probably a temple, but
Maybe.
you know, it has been excavated, but there's no publication.
Could you just walk around the model and point out the possible religious... Wait, let my math follow you. Start with just start all over with the Roccabruna.
Yeah.
Let me set it up.
Okay.
And then we'll leave. This is Bernard Frischer, December 18, 2011, at Hadrian's Villa with Marina De Franceschini, great expert on the villa, who will just walk around the physical model of Vita Logismondi dating back to 1956, very useful to us in visualizing how this might have looked. And she'll just point out the religious structures, or anyway the structures that have been identified as having been sanctuaries or as having had some religious function.
The main problem in the villa is the fact that all excavations were for treasure hunting. So many times we know that the statues come from the villa, but we don't know the actual place, which is a big problem, because if we had a sculpture, then we can say this was a temple. The other thing is that since this architecture is completely different, many times we can reason just by comparison with other buildings. You can do it for baths, you can do it for cubicola, but many times you cannot do it for other buildings. So this is another problem. I believe that this area of the Accademia was a sacred area, and also we know that theaters also had a connection with religious cults, and also this theater is the most secluded one. There is a question of security, it's really in the very private part. While for the Greek theater, which was closer to the Via Tiburtina and to Tivoli, we can think that was a theater open to a wider public. And another thing is that we know that Hadrian lived very little in the villa, but surely there was his court living here and going on. And so anyway, these buildings were used while he was living. The other thing is this mausoleum, which was excavated a few years ago, but the result of the excavation have not yet been published. Salza believed there was a tomb, probably was not. It was another rounded temple, but we don't have any evidence to say it was dedicated to someone. And so this is, again, is the same problem again. And then we have the Temple of Venus, which definitely is that because the statue of Venus was found there.
Thank you.
Thank you.